Hi, thanks for joining. Today we're going to do Nemo off the mat. We're going to make him 20 inches, but you can easily use this video and adjust to make him 30. Most of my characters are usually 30, but I think with Nemo being 30, he's going to be way too big. So let's go to upload. I've already uploaded him here, but I'll take you through the steps if you haven't uploaded your image. I bought the file from Etsy, so I already downloaded the file, so now I need to bring it into Design Space, right? So go to Upload Image, and you need to browse. You need to find where you saved it. So I saved it on my desktop, and I saved him under, here it is, Nemo. Okay, and so here he is. I'm going to save him. So he's here. I'm going to click on him and insert the image into here. So I'm just going to go to my size and make him 20 inches. So he's going to be 20 by 19 basically when we're done. I already have it reduced to 50%, but I think I'm going to reduce it down to 25. So here he is. Let's ungroup him. We see he's 3 different layers. Now, I'm not going to ungroup him just yet because now that I'm looking at the layers, you see his white layers is the eyes and a few stripes, right? The orange layer is mainly his face and his body, so you can see more. But look at our black layer. Our black layer is not a solid black layer. And this is fine, but if you did it this way and you sliced him up, I don't feel that the image is going to be sturdy enough. I like a solid black background so that I can tape everything on top and layer it on top and it's not as flimsy. Granted, it's still flimsy because it's still cardstock, and then we end up putting him on foam board. But I want him to be a solid black background. So what I'll do is I'll show you what to do when you don't have that. He's already completely highlighted, right? All 3 layers. So I'm just going to go to duplicate. I'm going to move him over, and this one, he's all grouped together. So all 3 layers are there. I'm just going to weld. I'm basically welding all 3 layers, so it gives me one solid black outline. All right, so let's do it. Let's go to, and you know what's nice about this too is it's just more solid. It's just not as flimsy, that's all. All right, so let's go to start slicing. He's 20 by 19, so we can't send that to our Cricut machine. So how we're going to slice is I like to use my squares. So go to shape, square. We're going to make him 11 by 11. And this one's going to be easy because I think we could probably do it in 4 squares. So let's leave it that there. Let's go to duplicate, and we'll move it over here. And I'm going to use the position feature over here. This first one, I'm going to put it at, let's put him at 3 and 4. This is just like math when you were graphing. This is your x coordinate and your y coordinates. So right now my x coordinate is at 3. So 3, take into consideration the cardstock is 11 inches. My next one should be at 14, right? So I'm going to do this at 14 and at 4. So now these 2 squares are going to be flush. They're going to be right up next to each other, but not overlapping because that's what you want. We're going to be slicing this. So now what I want to do is I'm going to select both of them. So you select one, and then you're going to hit your shift key and select the second one. And now I'm going to go to duplicate. So I don't have to duplicate squares 3 and 4 by itself. I can do it at the same time. If you move this in the general area, then you can go to position and you can just round up. So this position is at 2.889, so I think it should be at 3 and at 15. and I know it's flushed in. You could also do the math, right? So this square was at 3 and 4. So my y coordinate was at 4. That means this one should be 4 plus 11 is 15. There you go. All right, so now you have this. It's all flushed. What you want to do then is you want to go back over here to this panel, get our little Nemo. We're going to highlight it, select it, and we're going to arrange, and we're going to send him to the front. And that way we can adjust him. Because this is a fairly easy small piece, I don't think there's much adjusting, but you can look at your seams and see where it's going to cut. What we can do right now is let's go to this guy, ungroup him, and let's take out our orange layer because that's the biggest layer, and we're going to put him over here. And the reason why you want to do that is you want to see, should we move this file any to another area? If we moved him over, so you see this seam that's coming down, mostly will be covered with the orange, but this eye, we're going to see some seams. So let's try to move him over a little bit more. Let's move him over as much as we can over here. Let's bring this guy back. And now, when you see the seams, let's see, this will be open, but the white will cover it. Most of the seams will be covered by the orange. So I think this is a really good cut right here. So let's move him back. When you know that you're slicing, you can only slice 2 images at one time. Our black background is 1 image, and then each of these squares will be 1 image. So we're going to have to slice them a few times. So let's take our cursor, take these 2, and slice. So now look at this piece. It's now 8 by 8. We can definitely cut that with our Cricut machine, right? Let's do this corner, slice, and there you have him. Let's do this one. And see, if I did this, I wouldn't be able to slice because what I did was I ended up picking up both squares. So I actually have 3 pieces, right? It's the fish and the 2 squares. That's too many pieces to slice. So you just got to be careful when you're highlighting to only highlight the 2. So like I can stop here, let go, oops, let go of my image, and I can slice. Excuse me. All right, and there we go. We have our 4 pieces. So here we can just, all our slicing results, we don't need it. We'll delete it. We actually don't need this black layer either because we already just, did him here. So let's just delete him. Here's our black, our orange and our white. You can tell I'm sick. I'm not fully functioning here. I'm going to use contouring to show you because this we still can't send. I mean, unless you want to send, use your 12 by 24 piece of cardstock. Oh, we can't even actually do that because this is 15 by 13. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually have 5 pieces. So when you're using contouring, you're going to need 5 sets of these images. So I'm going to go to duplicate. We already have the 1. Here's my 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. All right, so taking this, we're going to go to contour, and let's just, I'm going to reduce this so we can see all of it. Let's hide all contours, and it's saving us this middle stripe for some reason, and because it's the top layer over here, but that's fine. So let's X out of this. So here's our middle spine by itself. And by itself, it's 9 by 3. So we can definitely cut that. Let's go to our next set. Let's get the rest of his spine, okay? So let's hide all contours. This one we already have. So let's do the bottom spine. Let's click this one to gray it. I'm sorry. Let's click this one to gray it out. Oh, I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Let's see if it lets me do it over here. There. For whatever reason, that did not work. So you can select on this panel too. So I clicked on this one. This is the one that I want to be shown. So when I click on X, here's my little guy right here. He was over here, I think. All right, so let's do our next image. Let's contour. Let's hide all contours. And you can see right now, this is the one that's active, right? So it's this one. So we don't have this guy. So let's select him. Let's gray out this guy. Oh my gosh, for some reason this is not working today. So let's, no, that's the one we want. So let's gray out this one, gray out this one. So now we're left with this thin one. There he is. And now we have just the eyes left, okay? So let's contour. And let's just click on, I don't know why it's not letting me click on that one. Okay, so now we have just the eyes. You know what, we can just keep it together. I think I can work with that. I was trying to, I like to separate all of them because then I can move them around on the mat when we go to cut it to save some space. But I think we can keep these two together and then we'll just move the little stripes over and we'll consolidate that way. So here are our eyes. And so that means I don't need this one. All right. All right. So let's do our orange piece. And we have one. You know what? The way this is done, let's see if we can keep this little fin and this face together because it's so close. I'm not going to be able to save much space anyway. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go to duplicate. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's see if contouring works better this time. All right. Let's hide all contours. Let's save this little guy and see what we have. Okay, so I thought that would happen. I need to get the other eye in there. So let's go back to contouring this piece. Let's add in this. Let's add in the eyebrows and the lips. And that way it actually cuts what we want. And this is 11 by 10, so perfect. It fits on one. We don't need to do anything more to it. All right, let's look at this one. Contour. And let's hide all contours. Let's do, oh, look at how awesome that is. So that's going to work by itself. All right, so let's hide. Oh my gosh. It's just not letting me do it. It's so weird today. All right, so this is the only piece that we're saving is this one up here. All right. Oops, he's already over here. All right, so let's do the next one. Let's contour. Let's hide all contours. Let's do this guy. Let's gray out this guy. So now we have just this piece right here. Let's do the next one. Hide all contours. Let's do this guy. Let's gray out this guy. We're just doing it in order so that we're not going to mess up or forget a piece, okay? So this last guy, because I didn't realize these were separate pieces, we still have 1, 2, 3. So let me get 2 more pieces. All right, and let's go to contour. Let's hide all contours, and let's do this guy. Let's hide this one. Oh my goodness, sorry. Let's hide this one. There we go. All right, here's our back fin. Okay, let's just continue. Contour. Hide all contours. And we now want this little guy, right? We're just slowly making our way through this. And now we just have this one last piece. Contour. And we want this guy. Oops, no, we want it. Let's hide all contours. We want this one. Okay, so this guy is too big for my 12 by 12 because he's 8 by 13 or almost 14. So he goes here like this, right? So let's see where we want to slice him. I am going to use gold glitter cards or orange glitter cardstock. So when we slice it and we piece it together, it's going to look pretty flushed. So let's just take him and let's just slice him through the middle right here. So I'm going to get a square and let's make him big and let's slice it right there. Okay, now we can highlight these two, go to slice, and now we'll have our piece again. Okay, all right, so let's delete that. Let's go to save. I probably should have been saving this earlier because you never know when something will just ruin your project, right? So Nemo 20 inches, save. Let's go to make it. Oops, all right. And so it's showing on, you know, two different sheets. We don't need that. Let's go to the eyes. And when you click on it, you have these three dots. Click on that. Let's move to another mat. And we'll move it to our first mat. All right, so we now need to move things around, right? Because we don't want things to cut over itself. So when you highlight the piece, you have the three dots that we just, you know, that I showed you. You can move it to another mat or you can hide it. But you also have this arrow to, you know, move the shape around. So let's move everything around and let's consolidate as best as we can. And this guy, what I could do is I can flip him all the way around. And we could do this. Right, we can move this guy maybe like this. I can probably do a better job, but for now, at least we were able to save 3 by 12 here. We can use that for something else, and we definitely didn't need this whole sheet. All right, our black is going to be pretty standard because they were big pieces. Nothing that we can do to consolidate. We could try these two pieces, but I'm going to guess no, but we can just try it. I'll show you what it looks like. So let's highlight this, go over here, move to another mat, and we're going to move it to this mat to see if I can consolidate. I'm going to guess no, but I'm just going to eyeball it and see. So we're moving him over here. Let's see, does that work? Oh my gosh, it's so close. Let me see. Man, I just can't move this at all. It's so close. What a bummer. There's just nothing. I don't think I can do anything here. No. All right. It was worth a shot though. Man, it was so close. Let's move him back to where he was. But over here, we can, you know, if you want to save your cardstock for something else, you can just put him over in the corner. That way you still have all of this. All right, let's move on. Here's our orange. Our orange is separated into 3 pieces. I think we can do better than that. So let's see if we can move. How should we do this? Let's just start moving it. I think I might be able to fit him in between the eyes. Does he fit in here at all? Oh, he does fit in here. I know, ridiculous. But glitter cardstock is expensive, but it's so worth it for off the mat. It really makes your project pop. It hides the seams really, really well. So it's definitely worth it, especially if you're just doing it for a party. You're doing, you know, like 3 images. This is worth the cost. All right, so let's go over here. Let's move another guy over. Okay, and this guy, I know I'm being ridiculous, but let's move him to the other mat because he can fit in the eye. I don't think any of the other pieces can fit. Maybe this thin sliver right here. Let's move him to the face one and see if I can fit him at the bottom. Okay, yes, he fits. Maybe I can even move this guy over. So let's see if I can fit him in over here in the face. Let's see if I can move him somewhere else. Because he's nice and long. No, I can't. Can't move him at all. All right, so let's move this guy back. I'm sorry if I'm making you dizzy, but it's worth it, right? All right, let's see. I could do that. Do that. Maybe I can move this better. And that way you have this thin sliver and you have all of this over here. Oh no, we still have one more piece. I'm gonna move you over. Okay, so he's over here. Let's see. What am I doing here? I don't like any of these. Okay. Oh, I'm not really doing a good job here. Let me see if I can move this guy over. That was just horrible. But you know, we went from 2 pages or 3 pages to 2. I'll take it. All right. I'll move him down here a little bit because in case you have something small, a heart or whatever, this piece is still savable. All right, and that's it. So we're cutting 7 sheets. I love it. Okay, I will see you back for the assembly. All right, thanks guys.